Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam, and yes, what you are seeing is a car floating in space. Now, if you don't know what just happened or what this is about, well, a few weeks back, you may remember that I mentioned that Elon Musk and his company SpaceX were planning to launch one of his very own Tesla Roadsters into space on the end of a rocket, where it would then go into an orbit around the sun, slingshotting its way to the planet Mars, where it would then enter orbit around Mars and stay there, presumably for the next billion years. And so, as you're seeing here today, Mr. Musk made good on that promise. The man has launched a car into space, the first car ever launched into space. And so basically, he put this vehicle attached to the top of the very first Falcon Heavy test flight, which of course everyone thought was a joke in the beginning until pictures started popping up on social media showing the car being loaded into the payload bay of the rocket. He's done it. And it's extremely surreal to be watching this vehicle floating here with our beautiful planet Earth in the background. He even installed this little dummy astronaut sitting in the driver's seat, which he has nicknamed so perfectly Starman, who will presumably be sending telemetry about the heavens back down to Earth, along with an array of cameras attached all around the car. And what you're not seeing here is that there's a massive engine that will be pushing the car eventually into solar orbit, becoming what will likely be the last ever piece of humanity to exist in the cosmos, which maybe one day aliens may discover, which by that time will be just a single long-lost remnant of this once great planet and civilization. And they'll probably be a little confused at the same time. So yeah, this is really awesome, and of course, as the footage has been released, and I will put a link down below to the live view from the car itself over Earth, people have been pointing out a lot of strange activity happening on the cameras surrounding the car. Objects seem to be passing by the Earth, as you've no doubt been seeing in some of these clips, which is most likely just space junk from the launch. However, we can't know for sure that maybe one of these objects may not be a part of the launch and could be any number of one of the mysterious objects that we've captured in space or that the astronauts have snapped pictures of over the years. And so yeah, beautiful scenery. Check out the link down below to see the live view from this vehicle. And in other news, here we have once again another false warning being sent out to the televisions and cell phones of residents on the East Coast and the Caribbean, warning of a tsunami inbound. Of course, there was no tsunami, but as residents along the East Coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean were preparing for their day at around 8:30 a.m., their smartphone push notifications popped up and warned of a possible tsunami. The threat, as it turned out, was non-existent, though there was some disagreement of who is at fault for the erroneous message. The National Weather Service tells NPR that it was just a, quote, test message, released by at least one private company as an official warning. Speaking of, if you remember, there's been a lot of these so-called test messages being inadvertently released lately, talking of incoming ICBMs, with false missile alerts coming out of Japan, Hawaii. Now we have a false tsunami warning that again had people running for the hills, at least at first. That is until they later came out and said that it was an accident, with a federal agency issuing a tweet. Why are they tweeting? They always tweet when they put out these official releases, where they addressed the incident over an hour after the false warning was delivered. And of course, they would not elaborate on how widespread the warnings were, but said that they are looking into why the test message was communicated as an actual tsunami warning. And so here we go again, guys. This error, yet again, comes just weeks after these false ballistic missile alerts out of Hawaii and Japan. I mean, is this really a coincidence? I mean, first was a coincidence. The second time out of Japan, it really started to make me wonder. And now a third one, all within about a month's time. And now my spider senses are seriously tingling, and I'm wondering what the heck is going on here. So for any of you guys who received this message and you were on the coast, again, I'm sorry that you had to go through this, but something weird is going on. Now, lastly today, we have a new report of, you guys guessed it, another mystery boom, rattling residents in Midwest City, Oklahoma. I told you it was going to be in every video we post. That's how widespread this phenomenon is. So, again, people in the southeast metro area of Oklahoma reported a large boom, along with a shockwave, spreading throughout the area Monday evening.
Well, inside the house, I'd say it sounded like maybe an M80 going off or something, or fire, or dynamite. I don't know. It was loud.
Midwest City resident John Smith says it came out of nowhere.
Vibration, big boom. First the big boom, and then vibration.
His neighbor across the street describes the same scenario.
Picture frames on the walls, they were rattling, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
With the Sooner State's infamous seismic activity, it seemed there could only be one explanation.
We thought we had an earthquake, and we waited and looked on the news and everywhere else. Nobody posted anything, so we had no idea what it was.
Recent data doesn't show any quakes in the area, but phone calls from concerned citizens still overwhelmed dispatchers.
Since nobody's saying anything, we don't know what it was. It makes you wonder if they're hiding stuff, if things are going on that we don't know that's happening. They do that.
All right, see, this lady gets it. And it's gotten to the point where this mystery phenomenon has been happening so much lately that, regular everyday people who never would have given it a second thought, these are not conspiracy theorists, are now getting extremely suspicious as to whether something is going on here, something is being covered up, which is something obviously I've been saying for, months now. Almost this entire past year, but it's really been ramping up as of late. And you guys just saw it there again. Nobody knows what's going on. The earth is literally rumbling, and we are not getting any answers. So be sure to stay tuned for our next video, where we will no doubt be publishing another story about this phenomenon. And all I can say is keep your cameras ready for when it happens near you. So that is all I have for you guys today. Now, I do want to briefly mention, if you remember in our last video, we spoke about this new film that we're going to be featuring free on the channel for 48 hours. It's a new film called Australian Skies 2. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, go watch our very last video, which I'll put a link to at the end of this video. And well, in that video, I told you guys that this new film was coming out, and that in a deal I've worked out with the film company, they are going to allow me to upload the film to the channel for 48 hours, a day or two before its official release. And so the update today is that in that video, as you may have seen in the trailer, it showed what appeared to be a release date of February 14th. So we said that we were going to upload the film within the next day or two. However, that February 14th date is actually the date that you are able to pre-order the film. So that's not actually the release. The wide release date, they are gunning for February 20th. And so I just want to let you guys know, heads up, the film will be uploaded to the channel on the 18th or 19th of February. So be sure to look out for it. It's really exciting. I'm happy that I'm able to do this. Kudos to the Orchard and the filmmakers for allowing us to, and it's really going to be a special treat. So thank you guys again. Be sure to stay tuned. Follow me on social media. Keep your eyes upward toward the skies, and let's uncover the truth together. I am Tyler with Secureteam. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you back in just a bit.